Let's see how we do.
Good now. Bring. Okay. It's fine.
It's not freezing.
I'm going to show you a little, I'm going to show you one of the prizes. I'm going to show you one of the prizes. This is my hypnosis cup. I don't know if you can hear me. And on the other side, it says, now take a nice deep breath and relax. See right there. And so when I'm on the road and after shows, we sell these cups because people like me love cups. I'm a cup collector. And I left a big space here and I sign it with a silver Sharpie right there. So that will be one of the trivia prizes tonight. I'm a cup lover, so I love that. And then I've got other things too. Also, I want to give a big shout out before we begin to two friends of mine. You know what people are doing, first of all, before I do that? People are doing something really cool. They're not sending me, they're posting on Facebook pictures of them in their cat-danas with them pulled up over their mouth. And so I've been collecting and pulling those pictures off of Facebook because I really think that that is such a clever thing. You all look like banditos, and I'm going to use them in a really cool way on Facebook. I'm going to use it in like an ad because it's going to be called How Do You Cat Dana? And it'll show people that have been posting stuff on Facebook, and I've just been stealing them off Facebook to put together in a kind of a cool collage because it's just so cute. And also, I wanted just to give a shout out because Cecily Yeager, she is on Facebook, Cecily Yeager, Yeager. She is, her husband is one of my colleagues. He's a great hypnotist. You might know him because he's had some things go viral on Twitter when he hypnotized the football team in Texas at the university, and it was hilarious and it went viral. So Cecily is a friend of mine, and her husband Jonathan too. And Cecily sells, and I'm going to give a shout out to Cheryl Davidson Conway. Cheryl Davidson Conway, and I'll put a post on the top of my Facebook page afterwards because both of them work for the same company, and they have live Facebook shows where they sell costume jewelry that's $5. I have on earrings right here. Look at these earrings. Aren't they fun? So they're friends of mine, and so when I see them go live, I jump on and I'll buy a pair of earrings or a necklace. Now, this necklace is really beautiful. I don't remember if this was a $20 piece or a $25 piece or a $5 piece, but it is gorgeous. If you can see that, it has matching earrings. So when you buy something from these girls, you're not hurting yourself too bad, and the jewelry is really nice. It's very solid and sturdy, and necklaces usually come with a matching pair of earrings. I'll wear this tomorrow night. So it's Cecily Yeager, if you can find her on Facebook. Cecily, give a shout out there. And Cheryl Davidson Conway, give a shout out there and say, hey, that's me, and sign up for their lives because it's absolutely astonishing what you can buy for $5. And in times like this, if you're buying stuff, it shouldn't be stuff that hurts us too bad. So stuff we need, and sometimes you have to get a little something that you want to. So these earrings, $5, and they came in all kinds of colors, and they're just really fun. And they're an entrepreneur, so we want to give you guys a shout out. I love that people can buy jewelry for $5. I've had it for a long time. So it's great quality stuff, and I have the most beautiful pieces. So I'm going to start wearing it every night on the show so that you can see what $5 jewelry looks like. And Cheryl Davidson Conway and Cecily Yeager, keep up the good work. You guys have been working really hard at this for a number of months or even a year or more, and so I want to give you a shout out. Okay, so it appears that we might be back in action. I'm going to have to ask the boss. Hold on a second. Boss?
Looks good to me.
Well, then you look good to me. How about that? Yes, you do. Why don't you get your tail feathers over here and sit down and let everybody see just how handsome you are tonight.
Oh, I didn't even put on my makeup tonight. My Cat Cosmetics makeup's not.
Yeah, but you have sun. Were you outside in the back today?
I have sun. I have sun.
Can people see you? Because I don't see
I
you.
am the sun and I have sun. No, I'm there. It's a delayed
Oh, you're
image.
not
I'm
here
in the
yet.
picture.
According to that, you're not here yet.
That is true. I'm not here yet.
Yeah.
But I do have my espresso ready to go.
Okay. So when you get in here, I'm just going to say, oh, Cecily's here. Oh, good. Oh, hi, Kathy Jean. Everybody's here. Deb Root White. Welcome, welcome. I have my bangs back. Do you like them?
Looks good.
Yeah, it's good to have a brother that's quarantined with you that knows how to give you a haircut, right? I mean, it's a good thing. Otherwise,
Everybody should have one.
right. But you know, the key is home hair color. It's going to keep all women from going absolutely
Where do they
insane.
sell that little home hair?
The
color?
home hair color, you can buy this at the drugstore, but if you don't want to go out, and I think it's the best thing that we go out as little as possible. And if you go out, gear up, put the gloves on, don't fool around, because that's how we're going to get out of this mess. Garnier Nutrice is my favorite brand. I don't make any money by saying this. This is just simply what I use and has not damaged my hair, and I've been using it for a long time.
I make money.
You don't make, he doesn't make any money on that. I use number 100, so if you're a dirty blonde, then your hair color would pretty much look like what you're looking at here now. And also, Dora, you use Garnier Nutrice, right?
Yes.
And you have black hair. Are you ready to come on?
Hair.
But you use it on your whole hair or just your roots?
Just the roots.
Me too. So you see, if you're home, Garnier Nutrice. What color do you use to get that black color? Black. Is there a number on it?
Oh, no, just black.
Okay, well,
Solid black.
go online. You can probably get it at Ulta.com because they sell drugstore things and hair color. So you can get it there. My brother actually is a hair colorist. So I think a good idea would be for my brother and I to do a Facebook Live during the day. And he can help you to pick a color. How about that, Bobby? Does that sound good to you?
You could use me as the model. We'll do streaks.
Shall we color Todd's hair, which is virgin hair, by the way?
Virgin hair.
Yeah, it means it's never been colored,
That is very true.
right? Yes. So I think that'd be a fun Facebook Live. What does everybody think about that? We'll do it during the day. So yeah, look at that. I'm stocked up on Pro Color, Liz Cochran says. I'm afraid of my hairdresser. See, until this thing is over, we can be doing some things and save a little money at the same time. I mean, I would love to get my hair
My
colored.
mother used to say, "You will never see gray on my head."
No, I didn't even know that Mom had gray hair. I had no idea.
Exactly.
So,
I didn't either.
all right. So here we are. Let's do a show opening and art dance. Oh my God, art dance. Art dance says hi, Bobby.
Hi, Art.
You
Won't
want to know
dance,
something?
Don't ask me.
I won't
Won't
art
dance,
dance.
Don't ask me.
Don't ask me.
Won't dance,
Hello,
my
Art.
friend,
You know
if
what?
you
I love you, Art Dance. We've known each other for a long time. I think I was maybe 16 when I met you. I think I had a driver's license, and well, the rest is history. You were my girlhood crush, and
How did
well,
that sound, by the way?
there you go. I said it. Art Dance lives immortally
No
as my
distortion this No distortion.
teenage crush. I'm so happy to see you here and that we've been friends through all the years, and there's been a lot of them. So welcome, Art. I'm super happy you're here. Okay, so let's open the show and then we can do it.
Well-
Don the gloves, and let's see, Don Renta. I can't do my own highlights. No, I wouldn't suggest trying to do that. Don't do anything crazy because you don't want to ruin the hair. Leslie says, my hair is short. I do it on my own with box color and it's so easy. Excellent. Lisa, I'm very happy with my choice to allow my hair to do its thing as I age. No, that's good. I mean, I like to color my hair because it brightens my being. That's how I feel just about me. It looks good on camera and it's what I'm used to. So I don't feel like me if I'm not blonde. That's just, I've been that way for so long.
I think the gals will be able to get back to their colors within about 6 weeks.
Okay, so my brother says the gals, hold on. Let's do it. Here we go. There's no place like home. All right. My brother says his prediction, which of course is simply his prediction, says that he thinks you'll be able to get back to your colorist in about 6 weeks.
He's in direct contact with President Trump on these matters. And Ivanka is consulting, and so...
No, we're not going to go there at all.
You
We're
heard
just
it
not going to mention
directly from
anything
Bobby.
politically related. I don't want people
that's
getting
not
freaked
political.
out.
He just happens to be the president.
I know, I understand. But my brother, his clients are all calling him, and they're wanting to know when he's going to come back. So
Oh, when he's coming back.
yeah, when he's coming back. So
This might be it for Bobby.
Yeah.
Las
Going
Vegas
back
is
when
kind
it's safe to go back.
Cecily says her cat Dana covered her gray today. What color cat Dana are you going to cat Dana today, honey? Look at all the choices I have here. I have pure white. I have very few white. Nope, white. We're out of white paisley, so never mind. We have red paisley. We have purple paisley, which is a big favorite. We have pink paisley in, don't we? And we have a pure black cat Dana, which I wear a lot. Here's a new one. We only have a dozen, right? 1 dozen? 2 dozen. Okay. We just got this new one. Look at this. This is so my...
flashback.
This is so my era. I mean, the 60s was all about tie-dye. So we have a tie-dye cat Dana, which I think 2 dozen is what we have in house. I'm going to see what they have at the warehouse. But that's pretty cool, right? And then for the manly men. For the manly men.
Well, you have this one too.
What do you have on? Oh, black paisley. Come on up here. I miss you. Come get close. Just a little closer.
I don't want to crowd the action.
Okay, so there you go.
I'll be happy to show off the...
Your black paisley cat Dana. And then we have for anybody that feels manly. I don't want to say manly man because lots of people feel manly,
I know
and
a lot of
that's
girls
okay.
that wear camo too.
Yeah, I do too. There's a lot. In
They
fact,
drive Harleys too.
I have a lot of clients that are in the military. The girls are out there on the front line, and I really appreciate all of you that are out there on the front line. And today the front line
line's
means
the hospital.
Today the front line also means people at the checkout at the grocery store.
Sure.
I mean, really, it's incredibly courageous and brave, and people need to treat them with the utmost of respect when you go to the grocery store because they really are there just trying to help us. And so the camo is kind of cool, though. I like the camo. Which one should I put on? I'm going to put on maybe the tie-dye. What do you think?
Feels good to me.
Look at, is anybody like the tie-dye? Is it just me? I think it's pretty sweet. Let's see. I'm going to slip it on over my head. And voila. There we go. I'm in.
That looks
right?
good.
Nice.
Isn't that sweet?
It's good on black too.
It does? You know what's funny? I would have never guessed that. But I dress with garanimals. Do you remember that? I don't have any kind of real fashion sense for clothes. So I used to really love garanimals when I was a kid, and you would do the matching animals. Did you know about garanimals? No? All right. So I'm going to let Todd take the reins in a moment. I'm good. Oh, I can see everybody and they can see us. So we are good.
I have nothing planned. I'm just here to support.
You have nothing planned. You're very quiet tonight.
I am just observing.
Have you had
need.
your caffeine?
No,
Oh my
I
God.
haven't.
Let me show people what is in front of him. Are you okay? Are you ready for this?
These are the essentials.
This is what is in front of him on the desk.
Well, you have to keep my
A
sugar
Krispy
levels up.
Kreme and a double espresso. And you're
Well,
so
and I haven't-
calm. I don't
well,
understand
I haven't finished either one yet. It takes about half of this, and I just opened it. So,
Memories of our teen years. That is so true. Cecily, I am so in love. All right, girl. I'm glad that you like it. Okay. All right. So let's just see how everybody's doing. Let me hear from you. We want to hear from you. How are you feeling? Are you getting bored? Are you getting stir crazy? I'm just kind of want to take a temperature out there because we're all in our own bubble here. Garnier is Garnier sulfate free, Bobby? No, it's not sulfate free. No, maybe that's why my hair is fluffy, because damaged hair is fluffy hair. Isn't that what they used to say? It's not sulfate free. Yes, Seth Robichaud says, Todd, those are definitely the essentials. A true gourmet.
Well,
hey, Gary, how are you?
In an emergency.
Cheryl Davidson Conway. There she is. I'm
She
seeing
didn't show
her.
you this. I have
She's
this
the
also.
one that also sells the great
You didn't show
jewelry.
them that. I had that too.
What's that? Oh, Fuji, yes. Well, some things are right.
Fiji.
Yeah, Fiji, sorry, yes. I am drinking this
I can have
water
a
out of my
Fuji
cup.
apple while I'm drinking
Okay,
Fiji
so
water.
let's see here. Anxious and scared. Okay, I'm seeing that. Good. Anxious and scared. Where do you live? What part of the country are you in? When you put your feelings, put that after it. Shelley Robinson, anxious and scared. I'm going out of my mind with boredom, is Amy Carr. Oh, I hope we're helping with that just a little bit. Stir crazy. I'm a teacher missing her students and trying to keep my twins active. I feel for the people who have kids because I can only imagine that no break at all for this long a time. Everybody needs a little break, always, from a lot of things. And it's not a bad thing. It's just me time, or you time, which a lot of women don't get no matter what. So if you can get 5 minutes of it, it's great. I used to talk about going into the bathroom, putting a sign on the door, and just saying, please can I have 10 minutes in the bathtub without anyone knocking on this door, because you have to reboot. You have to. So I'm feeling for you guys that have kids in our home, and I know you love your kids, but everybody needs a little
Well,
time to
I don't
themselves.
think anybody said you can't go out and get a little sunshine. It's just observing social distancing.
Brian Clements, I think I soon start needing some space from the dog. He has a beagle. It is so cute. And the beagle's name is Leia. Named after? You win.
I cannot imagine
Yes.
where he got that name.
Jean Supa, sad and depressed, but trying to be hopeful. Angela is stressed in Cincinnati. I got lost in Cincinnati driving across the country. That was stressful enough. I can only imagine. LA is a ghost town, so is New York City. But that's okay. That's a good thing. It means people are doing what they're supposed to do. Spending too much time with online trolls and yelling at my computer. Keep the stress levels down best you can. We're only in control of so much.
Yeah, I mean, the news is only... I would
Need break
limit-
from the angry Greek man that I live with. Come read some of these out loud.
you-
Oh, no, please. Okay. So I can't lie, Seth says. I'm feeling a little overwhelmed today, but I know we will all pull through this together. Thank you guys for bringing happiness to our day. I'm really, really happy to bring anything good to your day. So thank you so much, Seth. And those are normal, appropriate feelings. So feel them so you can step out of them. Every day is going to be a new day, and tomorrow the sun comes up on a new day. So let's hope tomorrow you feel better. I believe you will. Hello, Richard. It's really great to see you. Too much online shopping, Peggy. Yes, be careful of that.
I'm saving the world laying on the couch.
We're doing what?
I am saving the world laying on the couch.
I'm saving
Crazy
the world
Tommy.
laying on.
Oh, I'm saving the world laying on the... I love her accent. She is from Colombia, and she has a really great accent. It's sexy. Just like she is, right? So, she's saving the world from the couch. Oh God, Gail has a broken leg and laid up. So the temperature out there, I'm going to have you come in and step in because you're a very positive person. The temperature I'm seeing here is, okay, wait, one more. We own a health food store, Valerie Pitalo. We're doing phone in orders. It's exhausting at times, and also our numbers are down, so it's depressing. We're self-isolating, running a business. It's overwhelming. Yes, because we are doing the same thing here, and so, I'm so grateful. When we have a sale, we're like, woohoo! Because we're just really grateful for that. But it is overwhelming because you're doing a lot of things at once and you're stuck in the house and you have to entertain your mind with something positive. I'm going to bring my wonderful husband in here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Mr. Todd Fisher to Make You Happy. There you go. Come on in here.
Well, no,
What would you like to say to people? Because I think we
I
need to
think
not
that-
pretend that this isn't happening. These
I
feelings.
think we just have to remember not to listen or read too much news, because the truth is there's not that much going on radically different from yesterday to today, the day before. We pretty much know what's going on. The good news is, of course, that Congress passed the rescue bills or the stimulus bill. We could say a lot about that, but the bottom line is that help is on the way for certain people financially. That should be somewhat helpful. There's also a reason to take responsibility for your own moment and where you are right now, and plan your own entertainment like you're doing now. But also, we've talked about this days ago, having a little stockpile of reading material that you haven't been able to get to. I mean, we all have like almost everybody I know has like a backlog of books they'd like to read.
Right.
Everybody I know has maybe even a backlog of shows they'd like to watch. There's a tremendous amount of things that you can do in terms of documentaries and things on television to entertain you and your children, for that matter. I used to force my kids to watch a certain amount of what I wanted to watch, which might be black and white movies, it might be documentaries, things like this. So it took, and now they enjoy that. But at first, you wouldn't believe the whining that occurred when I insisted we're going to be watching classic movies. I highly recommend Turner Classic Movies. It also, we talked about this before, a lot of people in these times have a difficult time getting to sleep. I think there's nothing better than a B movie for that. And Turner has some really soft B movies that put me to sleep quickly. But I do think that planning out your entertainment, but also planning out your exercise, planning out get outside. They say that vitamin D is one of the best things for us, and that's given, besides through supplements, it's given by being in the sun.
Getting some sun, yeah.
And if you are locked down with somebody, like we're locked down together, you don't need to practice social distancing, so you can do walks and hang out and do things together. We're talking. I don't know if everybody fully understands, because I see two things going on. I see some people completely ignoring this whole thing and acting like nothing's going on. And then I see another group of people that may be over-responding to it, like you can't go outside. I mean, nobody said you can't go outside. They said practice social distancing. If you're sick, of course, you must stay inside. But if you don't feel bad, there's no reason on earth you can't go outside and get in the sun and smell a flower or dig in the garden. Or
you know what, I have
victory gardens.
Yeah, and we have to also remember that there are people out there going through worse than what we are, no matter how bad it is. Because I was looking at a girlfriend of mine, Susie, whose brother is in Fort Lauderdale, and he's got coronavirus, and he's in the hospital at Holy Cross, and they just don't have a ventilator, enough ventilators, or the hospital is making a call to just do not resuscitate. And she's freaking out and sad, but she's exercising her faith, asking people for good thoughts and prayers to him. And so, when I see things like that, and that's a girl that I grew up with, and she's an incredible singer and a person. And so when I see things like that, I think, okay, we're home, and this is challenging, but there's some people that are really.
We've been talking about how this sort of equates in some similarities to early days when this country was at war in World War II, but there were a lot of people that were home during World War II. My grandparents were home. They got jobs to help in ways they could, but there were a lot of people that couldn't go to the battlefield, so to speak. So the battlefield right now is the hospitals.
Yeah.
I was watching a very brave doctor on the news tonight, and the guy was a New York doctor, and he was talking about how it was literally it was pandemonium. He just didn't, he said he's, in all the years, he's an older guy, probably my age, he had never seen anything like it in all the years he's been practicing medicine. And this is New York City, of course. Now, there are lots of places around this country that are not New York City. I mean, there are varying degrees of this thing, and we don't want to see this break out in other places. So everybody has to, practice what we're practicing. But the heroes are really these doctors, because a lot of them don't have the tools and the protective gear that they should have, and yet they're in there doing it anyway. So that's the war zone. So all we can do is support that.
Yeah.
And the best way to support it is to not make yourself another patient.
You know what I think another thing is that's making people feel really kind of is that we're all eating, out of stress. We're stress eating. I mean, and we're not getting
I don't know
any
what the hell
exercise.
you're talking about.
That's just exactly what I mean.
What?
I mean, I have eaten donuts. What? I was gluten free when this whole thing
I don't know what
started.
you're talking about.
And and Dora, we were talking about it the other day. My brother too, Robert, said, "Oh, I've never eaten this much." And so what's happening is we're eating and not moving. So that makes you feel kind of,
I
But
like the idea of
we-
making a plan, though. See, if everybody sort of were
Yes.
like, you could lay out your day as if you were doing your normal routine. Just divide your day out, do planning as if you normally would. So you get into a little routine. Do your thing in the morning, do your thing in the afternoon, pick times for entertainment, there's take charge. I mean, there's no reason to let this thing wag us around like the tail wagging the dog here.
Yeah.
We can take charge of our lives and make ourselves more than entertained. You bringing up food is a good example. Just take charge of that too.
It's easy to say.
And just don't let those donuts don't.
I'm
don't
telling you,
let
my eating
It's damn
has,
good, though.
yeah, it's so you're not alone. And someone just said, and remember, we are in this together, and that is so true. We are. And so, if you're feeling kind of down today, it doesn't mean you're going to feel that way tomorrow. It just means you're having a challenging day today. Yes, we're scared, of course, but we have to manage that somehow the best we can so it doesn't manage us. Because when you let your fear overtake you, then you become frozen and you can't think your way out of things. So let this be an opportunity to think outside the box if you have a business. To think outside the box. It's amazing what happens when you go into survival mode in a positive way.
I saw a guy today who had, I won't get into great detail, but he had a business that was suspended because of the outbreak. He redid his whole setup for his business and made himself an essential business, and now all of his employees were saved and they're all working in an essential area. So he just pivoted. Said, okay, well, we won't do that anymore. We'll do this, and off they go. And so that's a adapt, overcome, persevere mentality.
Yeah.
And we are good at that. Americans are really good at this stuff. And I'm not saying any of this is fun or otherwise, but
No.
we are great survivors. We are great endurance people. We overcome.
Yeah. There was somebody that just said people in World War II had it so much worse than we did because their grandparents went through that they had it so much worse than we do now. So that is true.
I mean, we don't have, like, you think about the calamity that's going on just in terms of shopping right now, but I have my grandfather's and my grandmother's and my mother's and my uncle's ration book, where you had a little book and you had a little stamp and you could tear off the little stamp and you could then get up your toilet paper or your essentials that way.
Yep.
So we're not into, and this went on for years. We're talking here about a series of weeks. I mean, any way you want to look at this thing will peak, it'll level out,
Yep.
and it'll drop off. And as it gets warmer, and sacrifice in terms of, I mean, we don't even have a clue.
Yeah.
The resources.
That is so true. This is our scary time. I mean, I'm thinking about, the three things that have happened in the course that I started my business. When I started Cat Cosmetics, I was on One Life to Live. We opened on 9/11. 9/11, we launched our store in New York. I had my business cash card stolen out of the mailbox that very day. I was out of town. I couldn't get home. I lived in New York City. I mean, it was just like bam, bam, bam. And someone emptied all my bank accounts on that day. They stole my cash card. So it was a really tough day. And to start a company on that day, it was like, oh my gosh, how am I ever going to survive this? And we did. And then the next thing I think was, what other thing happened? 2008
Well,
happened.
in 8 or 9, you have the
Yeah,
economic
we had
collapse.
the collapse, and then now what we're going through now. So, yes, there's days that I feel really stressed out, but I again really can't stress to you enough how much it's important for you to. I'm going to show you something. It's really cool. Let me see if I can get my pad here. This is. I wish I could say that I made this up. but I didn't. John Zuley, who is a fantastic hypnotist, wrote a great book. Okay.
Okay, it unfroze.
It unfroze? Okay. Physical.
Okay, you're good.
All right, we're ready. Physical. All right, here we go. So this is how your mind works. And this is why we want to learn this, because we want to change it. All right. So thank you, John Zuley, for your great book that I read 13 years ago when I first started studying hypnosis and matters of the mind. So this is called a transduction triangle. And this is the top of it. It starts with a thought. All right. That thought manufactures for you an emotion which you feel, and then that goes into a physical manifestation. Headaches, hopelessness, sickness, your immune system goes down because your emotions are running the show. Now, if this makes sense to you, because it made so much sense to me, it's your thought creates an emotion, which creates a physical reaction in your body. So this is what happens. So you can intercept your thoughts. Sometimes when you're having a negative thought, you can try to change it right then and there. Let's just get rid of the word try. You can have a thought. If it's negative, you catch yourself and change that thought to something
And
positive.
God forbid you actually say it.
Yeah, exactly, because the mind takes direction beautifully. So if you're having a thought that's negative, catch yourself right there. Change that thought. Think of something that's really good, that's positive. You can do this. You've had a million of those in your life too. But if you catch yourself with that thought and you don't catch it till it gets to the emotion, when you start to feel negative or scared, I'm not saying it's not real. It is real, but this is about learning to manage your emotions so they don't manage you. So if you're having a thought, change it if you can at the top, because then your emotion will be a different reaction other than negative. And then you will have a good physical reaction and manifestation. No headache, happy, energetic, that sort of thing. So try to change it at the thought. God bless you. So you can change the emotion and have a better physical outcome. Does that make sense? Because this is real. Yeah. Oh, look, I just got ink on me. That isn't coming off either. Oh, wait, it's dry erase. That's right. Someone just said they learned that in Get Your Fire Back. Yeah, and that's exactly right. That's why I teach it there, because this simple thing, mind over matter, yes. So do I still have a black dot here? No? Do I have a black dot here?
It's a beauty mark.
A beauty mark it is. Okay. So yeah, it is good stuff, and it really is true, because the mind plays games on us and tricks us all the time. And then when you learn how it works, that happens a lot less. Well, we're all human, so let's give ourselves a break. So let's play some games, shall we? I just want to see. Let's see here. I'm going to start. It totally does. Makes great sense. We went through Hurricane Katrina where I live. At the time, I thought no one would recover, but we did, and it's better than ever. We will recover from this. You see? Do you know what that is? Do you know what that is? You are at the top of your triangle, and you just changed the thought and made it positive. So your emotion makes you feel better, and you're sharing that with us, and that makes us feel better. So that's really great. A ding dong, game time. That's right, Gary, ready to go. All right, so what shall we start with? Shall we start with, how about, are there any Knight Rider fans out there? Are there any Knight Rider fans out there? Because that show I loved being a part of. And then we're going to let Todd do one of his trivia questions. All right. Any Knight Rider fans there? Okay, wait a minute. I have a trivia question for you. Who were the two actors to play Sam Rappaport on One Life to Live? I'm so going to win this. Lawrence Lau, which is the Sam Lindsay murdered on the show, by accident, of course. And Cale Brown was the first Sam. Do I win? See, I do pay attention to some of the shows I'm on. Here we go. All right. So on Knight Rider, for this very mug right here, this is I don't know if you can see it. It's a great mug. really thick, and it's Nugget and myself, and it's my name there, and the name of my show, and on the back is
Move it up closer.
yeah, hold
Let me
on.
move the
There you
picture
go.
up.
I can't see.
Rotate.
It's not in real time.
Rotate,
Okay, rotate.
rotate.
There you go. And on the back it says, take a nice deep breath. Close your eyes and take a nice deep breath, which is what we're going to do at the end of the show. So that mug is really great, and I will sign it right there to you if you want me to. So for this mug, the question is, it's going to get a nice big one. Okay, here we go. I like this one. On Michael Knight's driver's license, and that would be the David Hasselhoff character. On Michael Knight's driver's license, it states his height as 5'6". Is this correct? And if it's not correct, then what would you say it was, what his actual height is, okay? There you go. Let's see. Take Dora's on it. She's looking now.
I'll give you one hint. It's not my height.
And it's not mine either, as a matter of fact. So, yes, you're right. No is the answer, but what I want is the height of David Hasselhoff, actually. Let's see. Oh, that's close.
Leslie.
It's close, Maria.
Leslie.
Leslie?
Leslie.
Oh, yes, that's a hard last name. Leslie, it is hard to pronounce your last name. So, Slazinski. Leslie Slazinski. It does not roll off your tongue. You got it. He is 6'4", and yes.
Just a little taller than me.
Actually, to be honest with you, Leslie, that's what it says he is. But you would know, because I know you are the ultimate Knight Rider fan. But to me, he seemed much taller than 6'4". He seemed more like 6'5". But on his driver's license, it actually said 6'4". So you are the winner of this cup. All right, Gary Hundley, you thought he was 6'2".
Oh, you're using this.
I'm using that cup. That's right. All right.
Did you want it to be signed or?
Okay, so Les, send me your address on a PM. That's right. Oh, this is a good one. I'll do another one. And for another cup, all right, who said, my journey has ended, yours has just begun, to Michael Knight in an episode of Knight Rider? Okay. Yes, we're waiting. My journey has ended, yours has just begun. Leslie? Do you know? Oh, Gary or Leslie? I see a lot of Knight Rider fans here. That's great. Look, Kathy Hobbs. Man, I was too slow. So who said the line, my journey has ended, yours has just begun? What character said that to the character of Michael Knight on Knight Rider? Scott Edmondson. Oh, you know what? Scott's right. Well, Scott Edmondson, you are right. It is Wilton Knight, although Edward Mulhare Devin Knight did say a similar line to that in an episode that I was in. For those of you who don't know, I was in 3 episodes on Knight Rider that playing the same character. It's so funny. Peggy says, you? No, it wasn't me. It was Wilton Knight. So Scott Edmondson, PM me your... Yes, Devin Miles said a similar line, but it was in fact Wilton Knight. Okay, fantastic. There you go. All right. Perfect. Okay, guys, you're doing great. I'm going to bring Todd in. It's story time with Todd Fisher. You take the spotlight. I'm going to go back over here.
I have nothing planned.
Well, we never have anything planned. We don't talk about what we're going to do on the show.
Well, I'll
and
have to.
boy, can
I'll
you
tell
tell.
You what, I'll have to. What kind?
Come on up.
If somebody has a question, I'll take a couple of questions, and I can tell a story from a question. If somebody would like that.
Oh, you know what? I posted the picture of us on our bikes the other day, and
Okay.
a lot of people asked if there was a story about that
A
picture.
story.
And I will find that picture and show it to you.
So there's a picture Is it on your Facebook page?
I'm going to go get something to find it.
Well, no, don't we have it in the, was it in the book?
Yes, you talk and I'll get the book.
Okay, the book is here.
Okay.
So, some time ago, 2 years ago, Kat was playing West Virginia, and I don't mean the John Denver song, I mean the actual state, and there was a fair there, and then down the road from there is the Greenbrier, which is a fantastic resort, and I was staying at the Greenbrier and playing golf, and while I was there, people kept coming up to me and saying, have you seen the picture of your mother and father?
No, your mother and your mom.
Mother and father.
Your mom on her honeymoon.
Okay, your mom on her honeymoon.
Yeah, so you thought it was Richard.
Well, I assumed incorrectly that she was referring to husband number 3, which would be the least favorite of all of the husbands. Here is the photograph we are now discussing. I'll stay long enough, you'll tell me if that's in frame.
It is, that's good, okay.
Is it in frame? You could see it on
It
your...
is in frame, just knock it down just a little.
Yes, I did see it. Okay. So you'll notice in that picture, there's a picture on one side of my mother and father for real. But I didn't understand that. I thought we were talking about the scoundrel husband, number 3. And so when they said, have you seen the photograph of your mother on her honeymoon? I was like totally uninterested. So I never went to look at this picture. This went on for days. Finally, somebody kind of made me aware that it was Eddie Fisher and not the scoundrel husband. I don't give it, like on certain news channels, they don't mention the criminals' names.
Yes.
That's how I feel about this. So there's no.
Plus, he's still alive. So
yeah. So the bottom. Well, that's
we
not.
don't want to. No, we don't want to give him any ink.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
So, bottom line, I went over and I saw this picture, and it was an amazingly cute picture of my mother and Eddie on bicycles on their honeymoon.
And you were shocked because
I had no idea that they had gone there.
You didn't know where they went on their honeymoon, and it was the very hotel up in the Smoky Mountains of West Virginia that we were standing in. Also, the Gone with the Wind chandelier was hanging in there.
Well, my mother
had donated to them.
Yeah. So, but this story is more focused on the issue.
But it was just one coincidence after another.
There are a lot of coincidences at that place.
Interestingly, it's also known for its spirit action because it's one of the oldest hotels in the entire country, and it was a hospital during the war.
Correct.
Right.
But I saw this picture of my mother and father on the bicycle, and I thought it was very cute. And then right across from where this picture is hanging is the photography station for the hotel, and I happened to...
So Mike Wyatt was the photographer.
Yes.
And so it's Greenbrier Photography on Facebook.
But his father took the picture.
Oh my gosh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he was, yeah. So it was a hand-me-down business, a family business. And so we decided to recreate the same exact photograph. And he came up with an old bike, very, very similar. Kat went out shopping and got an outfit similar, and I got an outfit similar.
Well, the thing is, we only had one day because we were just about to leave.
Right.
So I was doing 3 shows each day. So I didn't have time to go find an outfit. I just happened to be able to cobble one together that was similar.
No, it looks really cute.
From
I don't know
hotel.
But is that picture posted somewhere?
Yeah, I have it on my Facebook page.
Okay, so you could...
It's from the yesterday.
It's a very fun, romantic little thing to look at. And we recreated that moment, and then we took the two and put them together, and I put it in my book, and they put it on the wall at the Greenbrier. So things kind of came full circle.
Yeah, but you missed the best part of this story.
Hit it.
So... we were in our hotel room, which was...
Well, that's a different part of the story.
Well, this is the story right there.
Well, okay.
This is the story.
I do have that picture somewhere also.
Okay, so, yes, it's on your phone. See if you can find it, because I'm going to want to show that.
It would be time-consuming.
So you didn't archive it in any particular
file? It's not
file?
in any... Well...
You're getting cat-itis. I don't file things that...
If you really want me to, I will do it.
Well, if you can find it, that would be great.
I don't have my phone, actually.
Okay, so then come on over here and we'll tell the story. So this is the story that I love so much, and then we'll do a trivia question. So Debbie and Carrie, I think that they had only been gone, I don't know, maybe, it was 6 months maybe, or so maybe, 6 months, 5 months, something like that. They passed in December, and we were in West Virginia in August. So it hadn't been that long. And Todd, is a prove it to me kind of guy in a way when it comes to that stuff. We're frozen here, so I'm not sure what's up. So, but I had been getting funny little signs. And so when we were in our hotel room, I got home from work at around 11:30 from doing my show. And so we were just kind of lying in bed, and we were talking about our day, and he was telling me about his day, and I was saying my day. And he says, listen, if we're going to recreate this photograph, the photographer is completely willing to do it, Mike Wyatt, but we have to decide, because we have to move fast. So do you think we ought to do this? Is this something we should do? And I said, I think, I think it would be nice to do it if we can figure out the outfits and all that. We were going to shoot it in the exact same spot that Eddie and your mom were standing in on this with the bicycle. And so as we're talking, the TV turns on by itself. Do you remember this?
Well,
not the picture,
right.
Just the backlight.
Right.
Which was really odd. Now he's totally versed on electrical things. For me, it was like, well, maybe it's a wire, maybe.
Well, it's just not something that would occur. It's not something you can even do with the remote or any of the controls. So normally when you turn on a television, it would go from standby into on some capacity. So the TV would come on, and there would be, even if there was black on a blank channel or a different video input or something, all of that would look different. This just turned on the backlight.
No picture. And I mean, we both
And that's
looked
the
at
way
each other.
these LED TVs work. Not all TVs work this way, but this particular TV has what's called a backlight. And when it went on, there was a strange...
Well, no. So,
Okay.
so I don't know if you remember this,
I do.
but I remember
You
it so
said-
well because you said, "What?
That's
what?
weird."
That's weird." And I said, "Is it, Mom? If that's you, turn the TV off." TV went off, right?
Right.
Look, okay, got the goose flesh.
And that got me up off my feet to go examine the television
Because of
closely.
course he can't believe it, and so he goes to examine. Now we're not near the remote. Remember, it was on
Right.
another table.
Oh, no. It's not.
And so he goes to examine the TV, and the TV then
Comes back on again.
comes back on, and you actually got emotional. You got choked up about this because when the TV came back on, you said there is no explanation for this.
Right.
That's what you said. There is no explanation for this.
No technical explanation.
Well, isn't that what it's all about, right? So you sat down and I said, I think we need to do the picture. I think your mom wants us to do this picture. And so I said, oh my gosh, look at the TV. Because again, the picture didn't come on, just the backlight. And in the backlight were two figures in the...
Two silhouettes.
And I said, oh my gosh, look at this. Take a picture of this now. And he took his phone and he took a picture of it. So we do have a picture of the silhouettes, the two silhouettes in it. It was just kind of a neat thing because, things had been happening for me that I felt were signs from her. And I'm not really into this kind of thing, to be honest with you. I'm not a ghost hunter. I don't want anything to do with that. I just... But you can't deny certain things that happen in front of you. So then we did the picture the next day, right?
Yep.
And so Mike Wyatt took that picture. And is it hanging at the Greenbrier Hotel?
It is, and then we have a copy.
Yep. So there you go. There's the story of that picture. I hope you liked it because it was really an amazing thing. Goosebumps.
Well, a lot of people don't. They don't believe that the people that have passed on can communicate with us. They don't believe that they can visit us in our dreams. They maybe even don't even believe there is anything beyond this. And so, obviously we do believe that there's something beyond all of this. And so being people of faith, so I frequently have my mother and sister
Visit
and my
you in
uncle
your
the other
dreams.
night visit me, and people they
Hey,
visit.
you didn't tell me that.
Well, it was nothing earth-shaking, but it's fun.
Yeah.
No, but I see the people that I loved in my life frequently, in my dreams and in vivid color and great. detail, and it's nice. This was something, however, very different because this was not. I was awake and you were there, so to see something like that. And by the way, I haven't had anything like that happen since. Of course, we haven't been asking questions like that, but
she has been visiting you in your dreams.
all the time.
Yeah, so I think that's really
Carrie, too.
interesting. Yep. For me, I went to open the door to her bedroom, and it opened for me. About this much. It went, I said, oh my gosh. I was just about to put my hand on the doorknob, so I was like, hi, and welcome.
Well, one of the shows that we
like it
should
when they
do
visit.
is take everybody on a little tour of her house at some point. 'Cause
Yeah.
her house is here on the property, and it has all of her most prized possessions in there, and we left everything exactly the way she left it. Right down to her eyebrow pencils and eyeliners and lip liners.
All
and,
her, every little detail of her is still exactly
so it's
intact.
you could call it sort of like a museum or a mini
tell,
tribute,
Martin.
but it is magical. For those of you that have visited us and been in that room, there isn't a person that I have ever taken into that room that did not say, "I feel it."
Oh, everybody that walks in there. First of all, she wore L'air de Temps. Is that what it's called?
L'air
The-
de Temps.
Yeah, the perfume. And so every time I smell that perfume, I think of your mom because she would
Well, the
walk
scarf
into
we
anywhere
gave
she
away the
was.
other night smelled it.
Exactly. And so even though it's been 16, 17, 18, 19, oh my gosh, it'll be 4 years this Christmas. So we're at 3.5 year mark almost.
Well,
maybe.
it's her birthday in a few days.
And her birthday in a few days, but you would think that
That's what we're going to do.
that beautiful.
On her birthday, we're going to go into
Okay,
her
we'll
room.
take a tour of that on her birthday, April 1st.
April 1st, we'll
Yeah.
be taking a tour of her house. We'll do kind of what we did the other night where we did the show and tell in our front lobby.
But we'll do it out of there.
but we'll run around her house and look at some of her cool things.
Yeah.
I mean, there's every person collects, not every person, but most people have a collection of some sort. You could collect salt shakers, you could collect rare paintings, you can collect cars, you can collect little things, big things. My mother collected a lot of different things, including a lot of Hollywood memorabilia, but she wasn't collecting that stuff for her. She was collecting that stuff for us, for the fans. The stuff that she collected is very different, and you'll see that in her house. She collected things that she thought were beautiful or attractive, and turned her on in a different way. In fact, she had no movie memorabilia in her house
Well, she
until
had
way
the-
late. No, but
yeah,
that was
later, that's true.
later
The
on
slippers
when
were
she
on her-
when she wasn't going to do the
Yeah.
museum. The slippers found their way in there next to Carrie and my little baby shoes. And then the Maltese Falcon, you can grab that if you want. The Maltese Falcon found its way in there. But that was it. She just didn't gravitate towards that. She had other cool things.
But I'll tell you that when people ask if you feel her presence, yes, when you go into her house, even if we take a complete stranger that has never
Correct.
been there, or when they walk in, people cry, and in a good way, emotional. They have a sentimental or emotional. It's not just because they're thinking about it. There's a definite feeling. It's like a feeling. It's very hard to explain, but a great feeling. And you can still smell her perfume. And it's been 3.5 years, and you can still smell her perfume in there. So I mean, it's really a great experience. So I can't. April 1st will be a good show. It'll be fun.
We will take you on a tour of her little zone. And I mean, we'll keep sharing other little things with you, but that one will be a very specific little tour.
Exactly. Hey, you know what we have that you can give away on a trivia question?
What?
We can give away, because people could need it, so this is a good one. We have, as of today, regular hand sanitizer that has vitamin E in it.
Video's on?
Yep, and we just got the shipment in because we have.
Oh, you have the non-CBD.
That's right. We have the hand sanitizer with CBD, which is great if you have arthritis or anything like that. It's really great. And we have, as of today, the non-CBD hand sanitizer, and this is a nice, healthy bottle here. So let's give one away. How about a trivia question?
How about it?
What is it?
What category do we want to do?
Let's see. What category? Did we move her house here? The question is. No, actually, we built that for her And so that her house is
She had a house.
this was where
Well,
she loved Las Vegas, and this is where she lived.
She had a condominium here since the 70s
Mm-hmm.
over at the Las Vegas Country Club. But as she got older and we bought this property, we thought it would be cool if she could live with us. And that is when we built her own little house. She originally, we were going to put her in the house or attached to the house. And then she didn't want that because she always used to say that after 3 days, fish and family began to smell. And I never related to that because
didn't
I
either.
always thought she was fantastic and fun, and you would have loved her. She was not only the life of the party, but you know, she never would have been someone that you wouldn't have wanted to hang out with. So we built the house here, and then she moved in certain things. Everything, sold her condominium, moved everything in here, and then a lot of her stuff, even from Beverly Hills, was moved over here later on. And when she passed, of course, then I really got heavy into it, and I moved everything here. What is this?
Okay, so people are asking if we can do numbers. So do you want to pick a number between? Just pick one. Okay.
Well, you moved the paper.
Well, we have more. There's plenty of
Well,
that.
you're moving it again.
Okay. You see, the husband always blames the wife. You moved the paper. You see how that works?
Well,
let's do
who's
that
holding it?
again.
Not me.
Let's do that
No,
again.
that's fine. You can read that, right?
All right, but let's see. Oh,
There
okay.
you go. We're doing numbers.
Okay, so he is going to send you the number. He's not yet.
And I broadcast very powerfully, and I broadcast
So
on
it's usually
94.6 FM.
So he's going to broadcast mind-to-mind communication. He's
Are you
going to
seeing the
broadcast
scrolling?
it to you. All right, here we go. It is a number between 1 and 50, right?
Yes.
And so here you go. A number between 1 and 50. Broadcast it to them
I
now.
have been. I've been on continual
he's on it.
broadcast
Okay,
on
so
94.6
There you
FM.
go. So, Cheryl Conway, that happens at home too. Every woman. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. That's why Cindy Harris.
No, that's not it.
Well, you're looking at delayed.
Oh, she hit it.
Yeah. So there you go. Right?
Cindy Harris.
Cindy Harris,
Okay.
which happens to be, what a coincidence. Cindy Harris, you are awesome. She was Yippie's groomer. So,
Well, there you have
there
it.
you have. So congratulations, Cindy.
We love
you
Cindy
have
because
a
she loves our pupper
big,
snuppers.
nice, big bottle of hand sanitizer.
But
Cat
she can,
Cosmetics.
does she get to choose?
You can choose whether you want it with CBD oil or not.
Well, it's not oil, is
Well,
it?
no, CBD
No, it's-
is
It's
in
just-
it,
it's just-
but
yeah.
the vitamin E keeps your hands from getting too dry. Cecily, you were saying how much you liked it. Tell me why. So, because it just came in a few days ago, and it's just getting into
Well,
people's hands.
she's just
that
got
ordered
the
it.
new stuff without the CBD. The other stuff
So,
you shipped.
with or without, we'll do. Let us know. We lost our.
That's okay.
Yeah,
She's
so
got
let's
it
see.
over there.
Okay, good. Let's see if we can get back.
Well,
We're
don't-
still on the air,
Yeah,
right?
you're on there.
We are in there.
Okay, so we just can't see. We're back. Okay, yay!
Touch the picture.
Oh, that's touch the picture.
There you go.
There you go. All right. So
We did see.
that's with the CBD. Okay, she's making note of that. All right. So there you
Well,
have
there was
it.